Hey guys, we're going to read 4th grade Rats chapter 5 today. So let's go ahead and get started. If you remember on chapter 4, we saw that Suds, or Morton, was at home during that chapter, and he was kind of telling his mom what he'd been going through on that first day of school, and his sister was making fun of him at the dinner table, and they were having kind of a rough time. And at the very end, we saw Suds kind of get up and leave the table, and he didn't listen to his mom when she was like, hey, come over here. So he was kind of showing the first signs of like being a rat, kind of disobeying mom. So let's get started on chapter 5. It's called You're Not Funny. Later, my mother cornered me in my room. Okay, she said, is that how dinner is going to be every day? A madhouse? It's not my fault, I told her. All I did was get promoted to 4th grade. My mother sat on the bed. Sudsy, maybe you're just taking this too seriously. It's just a school kid's rhyme, you know. I'm sure it'll pass over in a day or two. Sure, I sneered. Tell that to all the kids at school calling me a rat. Tell it to Zippernose. Tell it to Joey. If you remember, Zippernose was his sister. What does Joey say about all this? I laughed. Ha, he loves it. He's glad he's a rat. He says it's nature's way. He says it's a step up to being a man. She chuckled. The way to be a man is through a rat, huh? I keep telling you it's not funny. You're right, she said. She spanked her own hand. There, bad mom. That'll teach me. I glared at her. You can forget it if you're trying to make me laugh. It's not working. She pretended to pout. Darn, okay. No more funny stuff. You're miserable and that's that, right? Right. Bath didn't help? Yeah, it did, until I had to get out. She snapped her fingers. Aha! All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to call the school and pull you out of there. We'll hire a tutor to come in and teach you. She can sit on the toilet seat while you're in the tub. We'll serve you your meals there. After a couple months, you should be shriveled down to the size of a frog. So why do you think she said that you'll be shriveled down? She's saying, I have a solution. We'll just have you sit in the bath. We'll hire a tutor. You'll drop out of school, and she'll teach you. She'll sit in the toilet and teach you while you're in the bathtub. Basically saying so he'll never have to leave the bath, so he should be happy. But why would she say that you should be shriveled down to the size of a frog? Why would she say that? If you've ever been in a bath for a really long time, a maybe water park, a swimming pool, a beach, and you've looked at your fingers, you ever notice they start to prune, they start to shrivel up. So that's why she said you'll be shriveled up like a frog if he just lives in that bathtub. I pointed to the door. Mom, out. Or maybe we could put wheels on the bathtub and roll you off to school each day. We could, Mom! So I do not think that that would help his situation, right? Imagine if you rolled into school in a bathtub. I have a feeling he might have, some kids being not too nice to him if they see him rolling up in a bathtub, or maybe even if, they saw that picture there in the corner. Okay, let's go to the next page. There we go. She shut up. She stood. She was biting her lip to keep from cracking up at her own hilarious self. Do your parents ever do this when you're sad? They try to be really funny. I probably do it to you guys. Try to be really funny and make jokes, but you're just not in the mood to laugh. You just want to be sad. You want to be upset, but they just think they're so funny. I think that's what's going on right now. She took a deep breath. She put her hand on my shoulder. Tell you what, there's more than one way to become a man. What's that? I said. Go sweep the sidewalk. You'll be a man in no time. She looked at me. I looked at her. Joey's voice hissed in my ear. Say no to your mom. Joey's voice was no match for my mother's look. The mom gave him a little mom look saying, hey, I'm serious. I got the broom and went outside. I swept the sidewalk. My father had just cut the grass. He was putting the mower back in the garage. His weights were in the corner. They were covered with dust. Dad, I said, do you still lift your weights? I haven't for a couple years now, he said. I'm saving them for you and Bubba. Did they help you become a man? He looked at them. Oh, I don't know. I guess they helped me look like one. Can I see your muscle? He wheeled the mower inside its place. He laughed. You haven't asked me that in a long time. You used to ask me every day. I lifted his one arm to get him started. Well, come on, let me see. Why do you think he's asking his dad these questions? Why do you think he's kind of interested in his dad and asking about things that he hasn't asked about in a while? He said, you used to ask me this every day, and you haven't asked me in a while. Think about that. He put his hand behind his head and made a muscle. It looked like a baseball in there, or even a softball. Make it bounce, I told him. He made it bounce. I reached up and touched it. It was smooth and round and hard, like wood. Pull me up, I said, like you used to. He lowered his arm a little. I don't know if I still can. You're not such a shrimp anymore, you know. I grabbed on with both hands. Hoist away! His arm started to crank up. My legs got straight. Then I was on tiptoes. Then I was off the ground. I hung there for a couple seconds. Then he let me down. We went back out. He closed the garage door. I asked him if he used to take a lunchbox to school when he was in 4th grade. He nodded. Yeah, I did. Did it have anything on the outside of it? Nope, it was one of those old-fashioned ones like Grandpa took to work. I wanted one just like his. No animals on it, huh? Elephants? Anything? He shook his head. No, afraid not. It was black, about as dull as a lunchbox gets. As dull as a lunchbox gets. He opened the front door. How about swings, Dad? Did you ever kick a little kid off a swing? He stopped. He looked at me funny. Where did that question come from? Somebody kick you off a swing? Oh no, I said, heading inside. Just wondering. So it seems like he's going to his dad for some kind of advice here, kind of asking him about, he's not telling him what's going on, like his mom kind of told what went on, but with his dad is a man, right? So it seems like he's kind of asking him questions about how he became a man and, you know, did he have a lunchbox with elephants on it? Does he work out? So he's asking him these questions to kind of see, you know, is Joey right? It seems like, do I need to do these things in order to grow up and become a man? When I pulled down my bed cover that night, I found a mousetrap on my pillow. Dad thought we had a mouse once. It was set with a little piece of cheese. I tripped it with a pencil. It snapped like a cap pistol and flipped halfway up to the ceiling. I grabbed the trap, charged down the hall to Zipper Nose's room, yanked open her door, and rifled the trap into the dark, right about where she would be laying in bed. So he found this mousetrap and he put it in his sister's bed. That is not very nice. You can see a picture of it here. The phone rang quick. I didn't bother the squawks coming from Zipper Nose's room. I picked up the phone. A voice whispered, "Did you say no to your mother?" Who do you think's on the phone? I think I know. Sounds like it is his friend Joey. Checking in to see if he's, you know, saying no to his mom, being a rat, following Joey's advice. Would you say that right now Morton is changing, or do you think he's still kind of sticking to how he was at the beginning of the story? Because the beginning of the story, he's like, no, I want to be an angel still. I don't want to do these things kind of that Joey's doing. He was pretty cool with the fact that his lunchbox has elephants. He's like, no, I like my lunchbox. So do you think he's still in that mindset where he's okay with being himself and how he's always been? Or do you think he's leaning towards wanting to make some changes and adapt some of these behaviors that Joey has had and shown? Let me know what you think. All right, that is all for chapter 5. We will read chapter 6 tomorrow. Bye, guys.